how can you reprogram yourself and actually make yourself become yourself, the person that you want to be, because you feel like you are not there yet, you still don't hold the behavior patterns that will help you to reach your goals. So I'm gonna teach you and I'm gonna share with you everything I know about that on this video. So welcome, my name is Mindy, and remember that you can treat me to coffees if you enjoy my content. The information is down in the links below, and also remember you can have one-on-one sessions with me where I can help you to sort through your personal and professional matters using every single tool that I use on this channel. So make sure to check the information down below and like and subscribe. Let's dive in. I believe that we are capable of reaching whatever that we want. I have another video where I talk about how to recognize if your desire is called from the ego or it's coming from your heart or from the universe. Go and check out that video, because also that's an important factor here. You want to recognize that you're not trying to become someone because of your ego, because of what other people has put in your mind, because what you think will make you more lovable, but you want to be in a place where you are sincerely and authentically trying to feel the desires of your heart. You want to reach for what your heart is asking from you in your life. That's what I call living a purposeful life. Let's put an example. Let's say that one of the things that you want to reach, just to give a very general example, you want to quit smoking. There is the you in the present, the one who smokes, but there is another version of you, let's call it in your mind, to not be that spiritual. There is the other version of you in your mind, and that version of you is what you want, who you want to be. And that version is the one who doesn't smoke, is the one who can run let's say 10 kilometers and who can be peaceful without missing the cigarette. That's what your goal is. That's what you wish you would be. But honestly, every day what you're facing is, in the current moment, you feel like you miss it. You want to have it in your hands. You want to feel the smoke coming inside your throat. And so there is a separation between the present you and the future you, the version of you when you don't smoke. The question is, how do you make it then for your future version to come into the present and become one with you? Again, you can take that as any other example. Maybe you want to have a company of whatever, a million. How can you become that person? And the key thing here, in order to start practicing being that person and becoming one with that future image, is to know how the future self will feel, how the future self will think, how the future self will move, how will they wake up on a Sunday morning or on a Monday morning. What are going to be their first thoughts? What is going to be what they're going to do, and what is the thoughts that they have in their heads whenever they think of, let's say this example, the cigarette. Whenever they think of a cigarette, what is the thought that the future self will have? The future self, let's say, would say, a cigarette, oh, that's in the past. The future self, my future self, then will reflect on what I was doing in the past and would say like, wow, it feels so far away that I'm not smoking anymore. Wow. Bring in as much detail as possible of the quantic self. Bring in as much detail of how they think, how they feel. Exactly look at a scene, a day, at a cafe, with a friend, with a family. What is going to happen? And practice that every day. Practice that. Imagine that, okay, let's say I want to quit smoking, or I want to become this person who has this company, right? So whenever I wake up in the morning, I would start thinking of how would my quantic self or my future self feel or think on a morning like today. So do that exercise 2 minutes every day. Close your eyes and imagine that you're already in the future and you're already feeling so relieved because you're not missing that cigarette on that morning when you're waking up, about to shower, about to go to work. That is going to create a new way for neuronal path in your brain that is going to teach you, your whole body is going to send new information that is going to help you behave in different ways, that is going to slowly, I promise you, it's going to help you to stop doing the things that are going against that future self. And you can use that in every single area of your life. Personally speaking, I want to give you one example myself. One of the things that I think I talked in other videos, or if you follow me on Instagram, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at mindimalist as well. I talk a lot about mental health. A year and a half ago, I started going to therapy because of many things that I wanted to heal from my whole life. I felt like there was a moment when I had to go to therapy and heal and work on things. But apart from that, there was this monthly thing that I was feeling very sad, depleted every month. And that was connected to my PMS. So that was like a week of my life wasted, basically. And it was so strong that I couldn't even think further, that I felt very sad, very, very like low, like depression for a week. Nowadays, that is so mild. It's really mild. It's like I see it, but it's not as big as it was. It still comes, but it's very mild. Sometimes it doesn't come anymore. But I remember when I was doing this exercise, I was looking at myself and I was imagining, how would it feel like for that future Mindy to not have this PMS? How would it be like to be free on a month, and a full month, without going into the depths of my depression every month? How would that be like? And I started imagining it daily, like I promise you, every day. I can be determined what I want, wake up and think of that. Before I go to bed, I have my own routine, prayers and meditations I do. And I would include that there, and I would imagine, how would it feel like when I was gonna go to bed and I was not, and I reflect on the fact that for the full month, I didn't have any depression, any PMS, nothing, that I was just a balanced person. And I remember feeling and looking at the scene of how was it to be balanced. And eventually that started to happen. And I don't think this is like magic, or I don't think this is coming from, anything you want to call it, law of attraction. I think it's like pure brain work. It's pure brain work. Your mind is so powerful that you can change everything you want to change, but it's up to you how much commitment you're going to show, how much consistency you're going to apply into that, how much you're going to show up for yourself and do what you have to do. You're going to rewire your brain by doing these exercises, by imagining your future self. And again, it's not that you have to sit in a meditation position. As long as you think of it in your mind and you do it as like for fun. Imagine the moment that you think of it during the day, don't do it as a burden. Do it as something that is fun. It's fun to think about how would it be to not wanting to smoke, to not missing smoking, how would it be like to not be depressed? How would it feel like to have all of the ideas that you need every time that you need for your work? How would it feel like to be a more loving partner? How would it feel like to have the house that you dream having? Because whenever you start doing that, you're becoming literally a new person. And what you're doing is you're teaching your brain, because you're a new person, you're giving also access to other areas of your brain to start seeing other possibilities that you otherwise wouldn't see in the case of, finding the house of your dreams or getting a bigger income than what you have. When you are practicing this, what you're doing is you're actually becoming that person, you're being that future person. And remember that you're in the place where you are right now because you've been practicing for so long, thinking the same thoughts, and therefore they become automatic. But what happens as well when you do these neuroscience exercises, it's that you are teaching your brain, you're teaching your brain to how to be that new person. You are reprogramming yourself. So it's also a very important tool. So please leave the comments below, share your experience, if you have an experience with this, if you believe in this. If you don't, I promise you, please give it a try for at least 1 month, at least, if you try every day. Remember that you can also work one-on-one with me in a private session. So check the information below. I can help you to go through whatever it is that you want to set up, like a new belief system, anything that you want. Buy me coffees, I would appreciate that. Thank you. Please subscribe and like, and see you next time. Bye.